this game, so that is that one factor which can kind of help you out in that PA matchup. But we have seen it a lot of times before where the PA's been able to jump on the Sven when she hasn't had that Warcry going and has taken a lot of advantage of that. So it's going to be a very interesting one. I'm very excited about this matchup. I think these drafts are looking pretty one-sided, but then I also think that NAVI have the slight gameplay advantage and a slight kind of momentum advantage, so I don't really know who I'm going to put ahead in this series. I think Alliance stands such a good chance to take this first game, honestly.
I think so too. I think this draft from them is great. They have this Omni Knight who doesn't actually need to play with the Phantom Assassin in the early game to throw the Heavenly Grace on. He can play with any of the other 3 strength heroes on his team, right? Timber, Tiny, and the Snapfire are all strength heroes. So you can Heavenly Grace them, use them to create some chaos in the early game, give enough space for Nico Baby, and I think Nico Baby is the strongest carry in this game. It's not the Sven with the IO.
Yeah, even though he doesn't really have that kind of direct amplification other than the Heavenly Grace, which again, you know, PA, not the absolute best hero for it, but still pretty good. Allows us to jump around and be super annoying in these fights. But yeah, I mean, it just does feel like this PA has got the game set out in front of her. Let's see what Na'Vi can do. They gotta dig deep here, find some answers to this Alliance draft. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Hanskin's gonna toss back the Sven and skill the bounty rune. And the stun's actually coming down onto Hanskin now. He could be in some trouble. Let's see what they decide to do here. No, they were just gonna back away from each other, call it a day, and get back to their lanes.
Yeah, they don't really have any mangoes in his bottom lane too. They got to be a little bit careful in how they're using their Stormhammers down here. Because if they spend too much mana in the early laning stage, S4 might just have a free time once they run out on the Sven. And I expect S4 to have a really good lane. If it was Sven plus Lina, maybe he could have died once or twice. But with the Phoenix, he should be fine.
Should be a-okay. So, bottom lane should be pretty good for S4. See how it goes down, but Hanskin's going to have to do his best to make some early pulls to get S4 those early levels. That's what we're going to say is important in this bottom lane. I mean, well, mid it's going to be Limp versus Iceberg. I mean, as we've seen recently, the mid lanes barely tend to be super favored these days. Occasionally, someone will overextend and get themselves killed or something like that, like we saw with Supreme's Morphling yesterday. He had some rough times, but overall, it does tend to be quite even these days. Although Limp getting a decent amount of harassment onto Iceberg, but Iceberg just returning with the Dragon Slave and with those points in Fiery Soul's able to trade up pretty easily.
Yeah, got that range on the range advantage on Snapfire. But Snapfire, once it gets that bottled and gets that soaring, it's just going to be a complete wash in this mid lane. Just both heroes just spamming the lane out.
Yeah,
that being said, it's a pretty... I was going to say, it's a pretty good game for Iceberg in terms of rotations, right? He's got Mars on one side and he's got the Sven on the other side. So any TPs early on from Iceberg, I think it will net into a kill. So we're going to keep a close eye out on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Any big rotations could mean a world of difference in this. Meanwhile, Hanskin has taken the lane so far back. He's farming under his tier 3 at this point. So Tiny just completely in a world of his own whilst S4 grabs all its XP for himself. Although not doing great on the old CS right now, but he does have this double wave here, which they're trying to pull across on Navi. So interesting stuff happening down in this bottom lane currently. I don't really think they can do much to stop S4 from really just taking this creep waves under his tower. And he even gets both the card creep camp as well.
Wow.
Very nice.
I mean, S4, he's having the time of his life right now. Like, if they're not shutting him down at the moment, then it's going to be so much more difficult. Look at him. He's got 2 range creeps, a full wave in front of his tower. Hanskin is already level 2. He can start rotating. He can make plays onto Iceberg if he wants to, and just leave S4 all by himself bottom. He's going to have level 2 reactive armor now, too. Oh, this is looking real bad for Navi Nomad. This Timber is going to be gigantic this game.
Yeah, he's going to be a big boy, that's for sure. They've got to come up with an answer for him, and I don't think they have it right now. But meanwhile at mid, Hanskin's looking for a rotation onto Iceberg. At least he was looking for a rotation into Iceberg. He's kind of hanging around. They've probably seen him in this ward, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's a ward there that spot his rotation. I mean, now we understand how to play against Tiny. This is what Tiny wants to do. Just pull a wave, give the XP to the Timber Saw, then just start roaming around. But Iceberg is not happy about this. He cannot show up in the lane whatsoever while Hanskin's just chilling here.
Yeah. He tips him and says, like, look, I know you're here. Okay, stop messing around. Leave me alone. Go to bottom. I'm really bored. I just want to hit some creeps.
That was like a please leave me tip. I know you're there, you know?
Yeah.
You're not gonna kill me. Can you just leave?
I'll give you some shards, please. Just leave me alone. I'll give you more shards. I swear to God. I'll tip you with all I've got.
Oh man, Iceberg has not been able to last at a creep for a little while now. Here comes the power rune. Io is coming top to help him. And who's gonna get rewarded?
Oh, everybody gets stunned, and now the Tiny comes in from behind with the Avatos combination onto Io. Io staying alive for the time being, has that stick to keep himself nice and healthy. The rune not even spawning here, as Iceberg looking to finish off Limp. Limp, he doesn't actually have any heals here, so one more right click from Iceberg should do the job, and now it's going to be a first blood. Iceberg gets some sweet, sweet revenge here in this middle lane, as he takes down Limp for first blood.
Yeah, maybe not really understanding the power of the Io right there on Alliance. They thought they could get the play onto Io and Lina, take their bottle, refill too. Unfortunately, the heals plus the attack speed plus the fiery soul is just way too much damage.
It is a lot. It's a lot to deal with, that's for sure.
How is General doing up here, actually? We haven't really watched his top lane that much. The Phantom Assassin's at 18 last hits. The Mars has 23 and 9. Ooh, he's doing very well on General. Yeah, this Io Mars lane is just not a joke.
Yeah, no, you don't want to mess around with it. Meanwhile, FNG kind of getting cut off here. He has got that Heavenly Grace and the heal to throw down onto himself, but now he's out of mana. Has a lot of heals coming through as well, so FNG is going to be pretty tricky for them to finish off here. They've got themselves a spear. If FNG goes near some trees, he could be in some trouble. General, though, just waiting. The Hunter waits for his moment to strike, and instead just use the God's Rebuke. Okay, well, has himself the stick charge, so he wants to finish up with the spear. Doesn't even need to, though. With the overpower, they will be able to bring him down. Overcharge.
Just a free care for General. And Nico Baby, he did get a little bit of space though, while they were chasing this Omni Knight around the bounty rune. He's 5.5. He really just wants to get level 6 and probably just head on into the jungle. General, he's gonna freeze his lane up top here. Not gonna be very happy, Mr. Nico Baby.
Ooh,
Iceberg.
Limp,
Ooh.
that was so unlucky. He tried to cookie a creep, but the creep turned around and started attacking another creep at the wrong moment, then went off the wrong direction. Ultimate gets completely wasted, and this is what we expect from Snapfires. You know, it's becoming the point where when they get that level 6, we kind of expect them to get a kill. Like, it's almost like you have to, because you can't not CS in the middle lane as the enemy mid laner, so you're putting yourself in cookie range, and that doesn't happen for Limp. That's very costly.
He could have also just waited for Handskin to get in there, get a stun off, and just use the kisses off of that. That could have been like pretty much guaranteed as well. Yeah, unlucky, but there was probably another moment where could have had that guarantee kill. Tiny.
Indubitably. Meanwhile, Always Wanna Fly going to take up residence in the bottom lane, just try and push it out with a couple of fire spirits and save his tower as best he can. But Hanskin and S4, they found him. They're hungry for him, although they're holding off on the combination from Hanskin here. Not too sure why. That's going to give Always Wanna Fly the chance to Icarus dive away. Imagine the Tiny was looking to try and interrupt that Icarus dive where possible. Meanwhile, over at top lane, Nico Baby trying to bring down General here. He pops the arena to try and get himself away. It's not going to work though. Nico Baby cuts him down, gets that kill. And meanwhile, Always Wanna Fly goes down in the bottom lane. S4 does find that kill, and amid there's pressure being put by NAVI on this tower, as they will be able to get at least something, but 2 big kills for Alliance in the side lanes, and it results in a pretty big win for NAVI in the mid lane. A lot happening right now as Limp gets damn close to try and get that deny.
Yeah, that tower take mid, definitely worth the 2 deaths to happen onto the side lanes, I want to say. S4 with the catapult, that was pretty much a guaranteed death on the bottom tower. Mid, I think Hanskin probably should have just walked there, or at least the Omni Knight needed to TP mid, help the Snapfire secure this defense mid, but it's unfortunate. Now Iceberg has so much freedom on this map. He doesn't really have to worry about mid that much anymore. He can just play top, play bottom. This is going to kick Nico Baby out of the top lane too. They just need some mana, and then they can start playing on the offensive, Navi. It's going to give a lot of space for Sven now.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need. And hopefully they can put some pressure onto Nico Baby, who hasn't been having the best of lanes, definitely not the worst of lanes, but you just compare him to Sven, who's just been like farming neutrals like an absolute madman. So have a look at their net worth. That has put him in pretty good position.
He just farmed a quad big camp stack. Roger tried to stack those Ancients, but there's a sentry already here that FNG managed to plant earlier. So I'm gonna deny 200 some gold away from Mr. VTune. But yeah, this Sven is starting to get real big now. And PA just chilling bottom, you know, daggering 1 creep at a time.
Throwing down some daggers, doing some damage, chilling out. All in all, a pretty even laning phase, but I've got to say Navi with a bit of an advantage in the end. It's all about how much space they can make for Nico Baby, how quickly can he pull out that Battle Fury and start to really contest the Sven's farming speed.
Yeah, I mean, Iceberg just he's just waiting for that smoke, waiting for that 10-minute bounty runes, and then we're going to see him explode. He's got all his skills ready, 4 resources. I fully expect a big battle coming out of 10 minutes.
Yeah, with a double damage rune in the bottle as well. Meanwhile, Nico just trying to force Always Want to Fly out of the lane. In fact, he's going for this kill right now, just jumping on top of Always Want to Fly, forcing him to Icarus dive away, and does that successfully, claiming the lane for himself. I like that dominant play from Nico Baby on this PA.
Oh, Hanscan mid.
Oh dear, in comes the LSA, the damage going through as well with that Dragon Slave, the right clicks to follow, and they'll be able to bring it down the Tiny with relative ease in the middle lane. Iceberg and Roger getting to work. That Lina hits hella fast, but in the top lane we have ourselves an Arena coming down. They're trying to take down S4. He has got 24 stacks off reactive armor. Not the easiest kill in the world, but Laguna Blade will make it a little bit easier, but he timber chains himself away. Still regenerating a lot of health here, and I think this might be game over for NAVI. They can't keep on chasing S4. FNG TP's in as well to give himself the heals. To give S4 the heals, along with the Heavenly Grace if needed. So S4 is going to be completely peachy.
That cloak, so value for S4, right? Because he had this free lane bottom, he's the top of the net worth charts for his team and has insane amount of mana. That one cloak, that's all he needs pretty much to be able to live against Navi at the moment. The only hero who can really kill him is going to be V-Tune once he gets that level 2 Gauss strength pretty much. Ooh, another stack bottom. Nico Baby's like, guys, come on, I want this stack. V-Tune just comes in here, drops his ulti, eats it up, runs away. Oh, this is such good game sense from V-Tune. Like, he
is it though? He moves into a stack. The toss comes in with the Mortimer's Kisses as well, but from the back, Iceberg going to cancel out the Mortimer's Kisses with the Yules, and they're actually going to be able to turn around. They will kill off V-Tune in the end, and Nico Baby gets a kill now. They're trying to TP themselves away. Always Want to Fly swoops on over and says, oh, these guys are out of here. Nothing I can do about that. They will get the kill onto Limp at least, but I think I imagine they're happy to trade Limp for a kill onto the Sven, especially when it's that deep into the enemy side of the map.
Definitely, and on top of that, Nico Baby was the one who got the last hit onto V-Tune too, so that's going to help him get to that Battle Fury a little bit faster. The reason why he did die there is because of that high ground ward, and I think it's going to get instantly dewarded now. But the way that V-Tune like farmed the stack, went in a very safe route, and then cut the trees to farm the big camp, like he did all the right things. It's just this ward completely caught him off guard, and there was 3 heroes there.
No wards on map, GG supports. That's what he's typing in the chat right now. But I know my Dota players. Iceberg heals out onto FNG, taking him down with the Laguna Blade coming through, and General will give him a nice spear in the head to finish the job. Bye-bye FNG. I mean, just a small loss for the side of Alliance, but a loss nonetheless, and it's going to turn in some pressure onto this tier 1 tower. In fact, V-Tune just running himself forward, saying, hey, you know what? I don't want to give this PA the chance to sit in the jungle. I want to come in and start taking some towers, taking some stacks, and putting some pressure onto the side of Alliance.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they really want to open up this top tower. They don't have to worry too much about middle. There's not any pressure coming out from Alliance there. S4, ooh. He really wants to defend this. He's got a hood. He's very tanky. And V-Tune doesn't really have level 2 Gaussian. Level 1 is maybe strong enough.
Yules is out. Iceberg getting very close to the Timbersaw here. They have an egg as well, which they're now going to throw down along with the arena. A nice little combination. They bring down FNG instantly. And now they move across towards the Tiny as well. He's going to lose life just as quickly. Mortimer's Kisses coming in from Alliance. They try to turn this one around. As Nico Baby comes on the front lines. He's surviving for now. Getting pretty low. Sunray coming through as well. Nico Baby needs to get himself back. Meanwhile, Iceberg does get dropped in the end, though. S4 just sitting on the front lines, doing whatever he wants. A nice little Icarus dive from Always Want to Fly. Keeps him out of danger. But they've seen V-Tune. They want this guy. But do they have him? They don't have the stuns. A lack of stuns on the side of Alliance mean the Sven get away, and they actually only get themselves 1 kill from this. It is a successful tier 1 defense, but still only getting 1 kill for that one is not what they had hoped.
Definitely not. And the PA TPing in, that looked pretty scary. She was getting chain stunned up, but they didn't have enough gas after killing the Omni Knight and the Tiny. The Timbersaw is quite invincible at the moment, but his team not so much. Those kisses really saved the day from Limp though.
Yeah, and
S4
S4
so
just
spot on.
really doing whatever he wanted in that fight. You know, he was just rocking up through the entire enemy team, timber chaining around, whirling deathing up. You know, with 4 strength heroes on the enemy team, this Timbersaw is going to feel like a god inside these team fights.
Yeah, it's going to do an insane amount of damage. They have to really be careful that they don't lose V-Tune in these fights as well. But if you look at their draft, they don't have a whole lot of stunts, right? Just a cookie, avalanche toss pretty much. So if the Tiny is dead and the cookie goes on cooldown, you can pretty much just TP out.
Yeah, you can do. Meanwhile, FNG Iceberg trying to look for the kill, but with Limp in the neighborhood, it doesn't feel that tempting. And now a dagger comes out from Nico Baby. Nico's only on about 50% HP though, so really not tempting for him to go in for anything more than a dagger. But his team is behind him, and Limp's now going to find himself an Invis rune, which is going to be a nice bottle refill for himself as well.
Game starting to slow down a bit ever since the tower being defended top. Navi are like, okay guys, this is just too much effort. Let's just try to farm up. Let's utilize our Sven farming speed over the PA while she still doesn't have Battle Fury. And then we'll go again once we get our next set of items.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. So, you know, I like that Navi tried to play with their timings and tried to just kind of barrel down on Alliance. I like that also, like, when it didn't work, they're not stubborn. They're not trying to, like, continuously run at Alliance because they believe that they're stronger at that point. They're saying, well, actually, there's an easier way for us to take this. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's going to get brought down very, very quickly by Alliance. Nice little strike squad coming through for the bounty rune. Just catching out General being a greedy, greedy boy.
I love that from Alliance. Like, if they watch their replays and they understand Navi, they should know that General always goes for that third bounty, right? Like, we watch so many games of Navi too. We understand that General, he wants that advantage for his team. He always goes for the bounty that is least expected, that the enemy, you know, won't defend. But Alliance was there with literally 5 heroes to make sure they can at least secure those 2 and get a free kill on him. If they can do that on the 20-minute bounties as well, it's just going to be so hard for Navi to defend Roshan.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Well, V-Tune, Roger tapping away at this top tower. They've got themselves a catapult. They've got themselves an angry, angry Sven. And this tower shall fall. Feeling pretty good now, starting to open up the map just a little bit further, but PA, she has hit the Battle Fury timing. This is a scary part, so Nika Baby going to be farming up. She's going to be looking for a Deso. After she gets her Deso, is that fight o'clock for her?
Yeah, definitely. Like, once you get Deso, PA just feels like a god in the engagement, just constantly throwing daggers, and then only when you can guarantee the kill, you will Phantom Strike in.
Ooh, he's going to forced to pop out the supernova in the middle lane unless he dies there. That is not a trade he was happy to make, but nice force out from Alliance. An immediate smoke from them as well, just looking to take advantage of this cooldown now being on, and they want to make some plays on this map.
They see the IO under the ward, and they saw the Sven too.
Yeah, bye IO. See ya, buddy.
They want more. They see V-Tune too. And they don't have any vision here on the side of Navi. Yeah, they're going to kick him out of the triangle area. S4 feeling like a god in front of this tier 1 tower. Going to allow his team to actually surround this and hunt them.
Oh yeah. Fears nothing. Jump in and toss back from Handskin onto General. General in some trouble, and more of those kisses will finish him off from overhead. The artillery has arrived, and that's going to force back Navi. S4 though, he's not done. He's in their faces right now saying, hey, you want me? Come get me. I know that you don't have the meat. Meanwhile, Limp's going to finish off this middle tower with this double damage rune. Should be able to do so easily. And now Alliance move down to bottom. They're looking for Iceberg. It just doesn't stop. This movement's from Iceberg just sweeping through the enemy side of the map from Alliance. And now they're getting on top of this Lena. Lena trying to move around, but the toss gets caught. Roger comes in with the heals, trying to keep her alive. This seems like a desperate effort. TP away, cancelled out by the avalanche. Iceberg will fall. Roger moves to the trees, goes to the TP, successful in doing so. But Alliance still find themselves another big kill here. This is a series of pretty cataclysmic events from Navi, as they seem to have just let this game slip between their fingers.
That was really nice, because Alliance, as soon as they get the Blink Dagger on the Tiny, they just go on the offensive, right? They see the vision of the IO and the Sven and some of the heroes on the left side. They jump the Phoenix right away mid, force the egg. They instantly understand that Navi does not have the team fighting capabilities anymore. Like, look at their heroes. They need a few items before they can really take fights if they don't have the egg. So after the egg comes off, they chase down the IO and the Sven, who are playing under their vision, kill one, and just keep going, one after the other. S4 is doing such an amazing job in this game, just staying in front of the opponent, constantly killing the creep waves, not letting them have any information or creeps running out. And this gives so much space for Tiny and the PA to just run around and kill.
Yeah, and another point I wanted to come back to here is that like this Tiny's had such a good game because of this Timbersaw pick. S4 is allowed to just play alone. Yeah, he's not top of net worth. He could be. If Alliance wanted to play in a certain way, they could have let S4 just get all the farm in the bottom lane. Hanskin could have played like a really supportive 4. But you know this team, you know, S4 is a team player, and he says, hey, I think the highest chance for us to get victory here is for me to utilize my hero's strength to give Hanskin the space as well. We'll both be strong. Our team all together is going to be so much stronger because of that. And now my tiny Blink's going to run around the map with me and we'll kill people together. And our team's going to be very happy. That is the Alliance way, folks. And it's working.
Exactly. And this also gives a lot of space for Limp now, too. Because now he doesn't need to, like, wait for someone to run in and do the, you know, slow plays. He can just wait for the Tiny to blink in, toss combo, instantly throw the kisses out, pretty much burst the hero. If Navi don't use relocate on that hero who's getting toss comboed and mech them up, too, like, you're just going to be -1 right away. So it's very difficult for Navi to teamfight right now.
If they thought the catch was bad before with a tiny Blink, it's about to get a whole lot worse as they pick up the Aghanims on the Snapfire. Ding dong, Snapfire Airlines is open for business. Please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. That is
he
not
can
what they say on
just
flights.
he can just gobble up the Tiny and send them in too. Like they can just smoke up. Right now, they should keep playing aggressively. The PA is just one Mithril Hammer away from the Desolator. Once that Desol's up, they can do Roshan at any given time, right? So they just want to get like 1-2 kills maybe, and then just start playing for that Rosh, get the Aegis, and then Aegis plus Heavenly Grace PA is just going to be unstoppable this game.
Yep. I love how they played this as well, Alliance, is that they haven't just said, oh, well, we'll get the Deso, then we'll go fight because our PA can farm so quickly. But actually, they don't want to waste any time. They get the Blink Dagger on the Tiny, and they know that that's their strength. They know that's a point where they can actually start looking for kills. And when they find one, they want to get the other one whilst there's still some cooldowns going. You know, this all came from the egg, and now the toss is beautifully done onto Roger. Roger being brought down. Now they see V-Tune, slightly harder fish to fry, but they're going to try and do it. One of those kisses coming through, utilizing the clumsy net at the same time, but the BKB popped from V-Tune, turning it around and forcing Alliance back. But they still want to take control of this high ground area. The Avalanche misses from Hanskin, but still, they will bully back Na'Vi again here.
That's a 10-second BKB V-Tune had to use right there. He's not going to be happy about that. And always want to fight. He's in trouble.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well,
no, that's a Roshan.
It is indeed.
Or are they going to wait for the Deso? No, he's 200 gold away from the Deso. They might just wait for the Deso, just farm up the triangle for the next minute. Try to get the bounties. Oh, Iceberg bottom. He's gonna sneak 1 at least. So still 3 going the way of Alliance, and now they got the Deso complete, and it's time. It's time to play around Rosh. Make Navi come out and try to fight you. That's their plan right now.
Yeah, this pacing as well. Again, you know, they're already inside. They don't even have the Deso yet. They're already inside the pit, though, trying to make it happen, trying to make it go as quickly as possible. Deso now arriving on the courier, and they know they've got the sustain to be able to start doing this early, but Na'Vi are on the way. They do have these ultimates ready to go. This is going to be a tough fight to take, but Hanskin's going to start things off. Arena does come down, though. They've managed to get S4. They'll throw in. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage coming down. General, he might actually drop here as a tiny projectile flies on through. Down comes the Supernova, but they've TP'd the Sven away. They want to get him to safety, and that's going to leave Always Want to Fly for dead. The Sven might be coming back in. It's Iceberg here, but that just feels like maybe it's not going to happen. I don't know. A buyback from General. They're going to bring back the Mars. Meanwhile, Sven comes into the front lines, TP across to help out the Lina. Hanskin pretty low here, but they jump the Lina. This Phantom Assassin is completely unchecked as General going to go down to Lil Shredder. No, he's not, just survives. Nico Baby jumps across over towards Roger, but V-Tune's defending him with his life. He's got that tanky walk right up, so he's pretty invincible right now, but Roger is getting targeted by Nico Baby as he gets himself the triple line. The support kills have come in thick and fast, but Nico Baby, that leaves V-Tune completely alone. There are no more resources coming his way, and he will die as well. Alliance take the fight with relative ease. They did manage to finish off the Timbersaw inside that engagement, but that still wasn't enough now as Nico Baby is just so damn farmed.
He is gigantic now. Oh man, that was such a perfect toss into the gobble up stun. They just got chain stun on the Mars and the Sven. The Io had to come in right away, get that mech, get that relocate out just to save him. And the Sven also had to pop the BKB, so very awkward usage of their skills. And Always Want to Fly. Are you sure you want to be there?
Come on. Icarus dive Aegis steal, let's go.
It's still on cooldown. Yeah. Oh, this is looking so bad for Navi. Like, Goal lead only 2k, but it's so irrelevant according to, you know, how strong this Phantom Assassin is.
Oh,
Heavenly
boy.
Grace PA.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, that was interesting. A toss sends a fly in, but they'll bring down always want to
They're
fly
not done.
regardless. They are
They're not
not done. They're looking for Iceberg. They want the Lina. The Fiery Lady will die to the swords off S4. Well, the blades, as they cut down Iceberg, hero after hero. Na'Vi have completely let this game slip out of their hands. Like, this has really been some sloppy game from them. But, I mean, the pressure from Alliance has caused this. They have just been all up in Na'Vi's face from the get-go, and they are not letting this go either. General at bottom lane. How dare you? How dare you push our tower, General? Get over here, kid. And they get on top of him. Bulwark's only going to help him so much. Throw him around the back, stab him in the back. That's going to be another hero going down. Oh, why is there an IO here?
Oh, they found the
no.
IO. Oh my goodness. Nico baby, he's on a murder spree.
Yep, just patiently waiting for his next kill. Yeah, that's the face of a killer right there. Hey, Roger, how's it going? Bye-bye now. Jesus.
Oh, Basher complete. 23 minutes. If you thought he was scary already with that Battle Fury and Desolator, now he's got some disables too.
Some nightmares.
Does
They
he-
jump the Phoenix over here. Always want to fly, won't get away. Oh, you know, there's always that caster's rule, isn't there? When you're casting always want to fly, you get one per series, and I think it's time in game one to use it. Always want to die, am I right, guys? There we go.
Indeed you are. Indeed
But-
you are.
I think I might have to make it once per tournament, to be honest. It's a very
Yeah,
bad
I think
joke.
it's
Doesn't
starting
have
to get
legs.
very lame. It's
I mean,
actually-
it was lame from the start, let's be honest. It's some low-hanging fruit. Hanskin jumping in, tossing back the Lina. She's going to throw it into the arms of Nico Baby, who embraces her with her swords. Another hero dead, and they'll take down the tower. I'm starting to feel it. There's not much left in the tank for Na'Vi.
GG,
This team,
that's it. That's it. I mean, I
That's some
felt it.
insights
You
right there,
felt it.
folks.
Yep. Right? We all felt it.
That's
and
it.
That's it. I mean, Navi, I'm at least glad that they understand they cannot win from this position. Like, they went through all the options. They're like, okay, what if we do this? What if we do this? And then they're like, oh, this will happen.